Right, Hellspar, what you got for me? No, I can't even click on you. Oh, I can talk to you. Iron Walker. Oh, no, I can't. Ah, here it is. Rest. Would you like to rest for 8 hours? Yes, I would. And then off we go to the main fight thing. There's nothing else I need to do here, right? That's an echo call. That's an echo call. First was elated by your feisty chaotic inclinations. Cool. How are they actually liking us? Lantry is fearing me. Barak, elated by noble ways. Verse, elated by feisty chaotic inclinations. Somewhat appalled. I have no idea what happened to her. Oh wait, yes I do. She was the one who came and met us, and I let her go. She was the one that did the ancient talkie thing, right? Pretty sure. Okay, do I have everything I need? Let's do one quick check to see if you guys have anything.
You look as if you have something on your mind. By all means. What can I do for you?
Actually, one thing I do want to do. I don't know if you guys can hear them talking very well, so I'm going to reduce the effects volume to 40% and the voice volume down to about 70. And then beef up master volume. And hopefully that works slightly better.
You look as if you have something on your mind. By all means. What can I do for you?
Doesn't look like you have anything specific to say. No, I still want the voices slightly higher. I like hearing the voices and nothing else. Try 80. What's up, verse?
At your service, Fatebinder. What do you need?
How is it you picked up your fallen sister's combat skills? That's been on my mind for some time, and I still don't have an explanation that fits. I have a few ideas, but... Voice frowns in deep thought. Scarlet Furies share a sort of link. It's how we coordinate our dance in the heat of battle. We don't pass messages or anything, but our emotions and intentions sync up without words. She starts worrying one of her knives. After a moment she sighs and slaps the blade back into its sheath. Is this link arcane in nature? I would say it's emotional. The chorus is more interested in passion. Magic is just a convenient tool. The one thing I always knew was that I felt this connection more keenly than my sisters did. I could pick up nuances that they missed, and I could feel them from further away. When my sisters died, I felt each of them getting yanked out by the brain like someone pulling snails from a garden, but some of their slime residue is still there. Does that make any sense? I should take comfort in that. Your sisters live on in you. Your optimism is cute, Fatebinder, if singularly useless. I won't bring my sisters back, and it doesn't fix this thing in my head that I don't understand. No matter how you paint it, some of my sisters broke off in me when they died, and now I'm left to deal with it. Just another day in the tears, right?
Do you now? Call me intrigued. You already know that I memorized the moves of my Scarlet Fury sisters. If it seems like a total mystery to me, I don't know how you could have arrived at any conclusions, but I'm open to ideas.
Your talent reminds me of the voices of Nara.
I hope I didn't hear you say that, Fatebinder, because the implication is more than either of us is prepared to handle. The voices of Narat is a monster. We both know that Taratus has never seen a creature more despicable than him. Never mind that he's kind of my boss.
I'm not comparing you to the voices, only this talent you exhibit.
My little talent that latches onto my friends and bleeds them dry, you mean? Because I never asked for it. I've traveled with the chorus for years. I've seen what the voices can do, and it scares me, all right? The idea that everything I am could be reduced to that.
Hey, Walden.
If I had that kind of power, if I could become like him, I don't know how I could live with myself. I'd rather drown myself in a camp latrine.
You don't have to become like him, just be selective.
I'm sure he had the same idea when he got started. But you know what they say about power? It's usually wielded by assholes. My sisters died. Oh, you should have seen us. We were amazing together. I didn't mean to take away what made them special, but I did it all the same. And let me tell you, it felt terrible. If I lived a century, I might never figure out how to make that happen again. And more importantly, I don't want to.
What do you think of those who defy Kyros' authority? The Tiersmen can either fight or submit to Kyros' peace, and only one of those options captures my interest. I suppose I appreciate when they go down fighting. If they did otherwise, I would need to find another excuse to flay them. They need to understand, whether we unify the Tiers under a shared banner or at the bottom of a mass grave makes little difference to you, me, or Kyros. You fight any notable battles? I spent some time in the Azure towards the end of the war. Beastmen ripped my unit apart. We thought they might be working under Cairn's orders, but we never found out for sure. It's a pragmatic one, anyway. The Scarlet Chorus caught on to the idea at the beginning of the campaign. If no one objects that we're here to cover bloody path for gain and amusement, then by all accounts, it's our purpose. Besides, unification is such a vague concept that Kyros allows the disfavoured and the Chorus to interpret as they will. The Overlord is concerned with the results. I'm happy to focus on the details, especially if that means cutting off a farmer's legs while his family watches their land burn. She smiles at a pleasing memory. No shame in taking pleasure in your work? No, there isn't. Fatebinder, I suspect that we're going to make something great together. A line of bodies stretching as far as the old walls. It's going to be beautiful. She looks at you with renewed interest. Okay, crazy person. Landry, let's see if I can increase my relations with you a little bit, because right now you don't like me very much. Landry stops his stride, darting his hands about his bandolier and belt as he softly mouths off a mental inventory of his inks and quills. When at last assured his possessions are in place, he looks at you with a smile. What might I do for you? If I'm going to be travelling with me, I need to know more about you. An understandable request. Let's see. Born in Sunder, no kids. What few belongings of fatherly love I've got in my heart is satisfied by taking care of carrier birds. Learned my sigils and spells about 30 years back, and being able to defend myself has opened a life of field study, and I haven't grown tired of the wandering just yet. I've written on all manner of subjects, magic, birds, language, geometry, but my main focus has been chronicling. I find there's no finer pursuit than recording the events of our times. There will always be legends of what happened. Someone ought to be making a note of the real thing. Aside from that, I don't know. I practice centering stance, draw portraits, make my own links, and have a sharp aversion to autobiography. I'm about as boring as watching coral grow. How'd you end up here in Vendrion's Well? When the Vellum Citadel was set aflame by Kyros' edict, I fled as fast as my knees would carry me. Every direction seemed a bad idea, but heading to Vendrion's Well seemed the least suicidal option. Mind you, I was labouring under the misconception that the Vendrion Guard had surrendered, and the fighting in the valley had stopped. Looking first at his left arm, then his right, he reads through the assorted notes inked across his skin. Ah yes, 7th of sparring. That's when I crossed the mountains. That would be 3 days after the Vendrion Guard jettisoned their surrender and claimed the citadel in the valley. The Vendrion Guard nabbed me and several other sages moving through the valley. The other sages were sympathetic to the Vendrion Guard. As for me, I just agreed not to get everyone killed. I think defying the Overlord is really a slow and stupid form of suicide. Tell me about the sages. For hundreds of years, the sages have been devoted to the collection and preservation of knowledge. We are scholars, bookmakers, archivists, and students of the mystic and the mundane alike. The wisest of our guild, not that I truly belong in that category, are versed in sigils and spellcraft. Or at least that's how it used to be. With the destruction of the Vellum Citadel, the sages have been scattered to the winds. There were once more sages than I could name. Many have died or been taken prisoner by Kyros' forces. Who leads the school? I keep learning more names of those who died during the Edict of Fire, so my information could be obsolete. But with the sage Krevnik incinerated, Sage Renata would be the current provost. And if she dies, well, fuck. Thanks to the recent deaths, maybe I'll be the next in line. Let's archive that away under things to worry about later. In truth, there isn't much of a guild left to lead. Our library fortress is in ashes, our membership in disarray, and it doesn't help that we have something of a spotty reputation here in the tiers, fear of magic being something of a local speciality. What is the role of your guild? I'm one of the chief writers of the Chronicle. It's our attempt to record the truth of all things in their proper sequence. It's the ongoing lifework of generations of sages, and I have the honour of witnessing history and having my vantage point be a matter of record. What do you know of the Vellum Citadel? Lantry scowls, his writing hand becomes unusually still. I once felt a rush of pride at that name. Now it's a blight on our reputation. Lantry clears his throat, reasserting his smile. The Vellum Citadel was a beautiful sanctuary of parchment and ink. We had amassed knowledge from the Northern Empire to the coast of the Tiers. It would take a score of lifetimes to learn all the knowledge to learn all the Citadel could teach you. But the sages in charge of the Vellum Citadel thought themselves above Kyros' rules. The Overlord learned the sages were copying and spreading lies and forbidden knowledge. Kyros put an end to the life of the Citadel with his Edict of Fire. All that knowledge set aflame. When we bind books, we bind them to last. Our most important tomes are warded against fire and other maladies. So many of the books remain intact as the shelf and floor melt away. I suppose it's still there, if you want to brave the danger and certain death of it. There's a good reason they call it the Burning Library now. Tell me about your magic. Oh, I don't like to brag about things like that. I'm not asking you to brag, I'm just asking what you can tell me you can do. My major areas of focus have been preservation, concealment, and healing. Arts that have served me well in the newfound life as a peripatetic prey animal. Peripatetic. Never seen that before. The sages study all kinds of magic, but as a chronicler I wanted magic that would help me see more, archive more, protect objects of historical value. Seeing as I feel like an old relic in need of some protection, my skills suit me well. Can you teach me anything? Sure. I can show you how to blend your own inks, train birds to think you're their mom, how to turn a goat into parchment, but I'm pretty sure you'd prefer to learn some magic. If the school of ink and quill still mattered, I'd maybe be more tight-lipped than that. If we're going to travel together, you should know how to mend wounds, especially if I'm killed. I know the edict that still looms, but if you have a few hours, I can show you the basics of healing magic, or at least how I learned it. I'd be honoured to learn a little of what you know. Rummaging through his satchels, the sage produces a long quill and a crumpled piece of parchment. With 7 quick strokes of the quill, he inks a pattern on the page. We'll start with the first principles. When mending wounds and easing pain, we invoke the magic of the orphan midwife, Archon of Rebirth. By invoking her sigil, we channel her mastery, however briefly, through our hands. Now, trace the sigil, following the lines in the order I sketched them. War mage, follow along. Trust me, I'm a natural with this sort of thing. He is a pretty humble chap, so I'm not going to say that. Since this isn't your first cantrip, I'll move a little quickly, but I think you can keep up. Landry walks you through countless repetitions in the signing of magic sigil. For hours you wave your hand in the air to no effect until at last you sign the pattern in the air and feel a rush of power through your veins. 5 control life skill ranks. Cool. And so, if you need to heal pain as opposed to purge an infection, you'd move your hand like so. But you know, that's enough for now, and I think the rest you can figure out on your own. Talk more later. Indeed, I have a finite appetite for discussing myself. I'm more than satiated. Let us press onwards. Sigil of Life. Boom, now I can cast healing spells. Let's do that. Distant impact. Longer range. AoE heal? Nah, it doesn't need to be an AoE. Wow, that requires 60 lore. I can't cast that yet. How about if we didn't have that? That would be a 50. Which, oh man! 1 lore away! You're kidding me. Alright, what spell is he using? Restoring Touch. But this one means he does have to get really close. I'd much rather that was a long range one. So yes, I'm updating you with that spell. Wait, is the cooldown shorter? Oh, it's much shorter. In that case, I'm going to give you 2 spells. One. This is better actually because they'll have different cooldowns. So you've got the long range, long cooldown, the short range, short cooldown, and you can heal a lot more than you could previously. Oh, I like it. And Mordred. Law required 35, yes, you could also cast that. There we go. I need more magic slots. I may as well upgrade False Pit, actually. No, that doesn't actually change the recast at all. Can you handle an upgraded version? No. How much was the basic? This is 35. Is there a basic, like a really, really basic healing spell that you could learn? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, so I need more lore skill. And then I can also get the long range heal. Actually, I'm okay with the short range one. That's fine. And she's 1 point away from getting the healing spell as well. I'd like her to get it too, if possible. Okay, I think it's time to move on. We have 6 days until we need to finish our mission, so on we go. Yeah, the spell system is actually really good. Like this game does a lot of really innovative and interesting things, which I like. So like the character creation system is really good, and then the spell creation is really good as well. And I'm only just starting on the spell creation, like I don't have many of those sigils and things unlocked yet. Get myself a little more tea. Alright, first things first.
I'll be your shadow.
Let's start stealthing. Oh, it's you guys. A battle unfolds without us! Onwards! I like them already. Who said that? Barak. Dude. Keep watch. The enemy may strike again at any moment.
Quiet down!
Back over there. Maintain defensive posture. Winded, the disfavored commander clutches his blood-stained chest piece as he takes a deep breath. Gathering his thoughts, his focus on the scattered, wounded men around him. He has yet to notice you. Your plan has been a rousing success. Most of our troops dead, a bridge destroyed, and the Vendrian Guard pushes back to where we started. Ladies and gentlemen, the finest the North has to offer. And for your next act? I needed those Furies on point! Don't mock my strategy after working against it. We could have taken them. You just wasted dozens of lives walking into a trap. I'll mock your idiocy as much as I want as long as it continues to amuse me. What's happening? Shouldn't you be on the other side of the bridge? We tried to rush the western bridge, blow for blow. We had them running, but his gaze drops along skyscapes, but halfway across. Halfway across, this damn river just lurched up. The cursed Mittani swallowed the bridge and almost everyone on it. Any real soldiers we have left are the Scarlet Furies that I, quite wisely, directed into a flanking position. A few of us kept our footing, but the advantage was lost. We had to fall back. As we did, the Oathbreakers surged down the East Bridge. We held the ground as they fled back across the river, but now we're back and we started with only a fraction of our strength. A member of the School of Tides is alive and working with the Vendrian Guard. I assure you, she's the culprit. That would explain it. I saw a woman dressed in blue on the other side of the river. Didn't seem like she'd fit in with the others. Had we focused our strength into one perfect lunge, we could have crossed the bridge before the enemy knew what was killing them. But it's not too late. We can use the Scarlet Furies to... No! Fool! Stop suggesting ways of getting my gang killed. Are you working with the Oathbreakers? We should wait until the enemy is no longer on high alert. If Antonio's plan wasn't a good one, what would you suggest instead? There is a time for initiative and a time for patience. We should try different parts of the river. We'll come back later. The enemy is too wary for us now. Are you in such a rush to see Kyros' edict come to pass? Sorry, Quip, but I'll strap you to my back and charge down the bridge alone. But doing nothing isn't an option. Well, we can sit and wait for Kyros' edict to kill us, or we can do something. If this were a hearing of grievances, I'd let you call the shots. We were talking about the lives of my gang. Conscripts are copper a dozen, but Furies. I've worked hard to secure the loyalty of my gang, and will not scrap fine warriors on a buffoonish plan. How about you just tell me what you'd like in exchange for your cooperation? Well now, what would make me happy? The Chancellor taps his chin as he loudly sighs in faux contemplation. Oh, I know. Fatebinder, order Antonio here to beg for my help. Make sure he stresses how incapable he is and critical it is the chorus rescue him. I will not stand for such insults. This assault is my command. I'm not here to grovel for your servitude. Yeah, I'm not going to force him to grovel. That's just stupid. I don't like this chorus dude. He's an idiot. This bickering is ridiculous. There must be another answer. I'll try this subterfuge. I suppose I'll have to tell the voices of Nerat that his agents were soft and cowardly in the face of opposition. Huh? Do you think your words could change? I meant to say, perhaps the Fatebinder is right. Antonio is in charge. When you meet next with the Archons, you will tell the voices I was instrumental in the success of the crossing. Just like that? The disfavoured warrior crumples his face in his palms. No, wait. I won't question it. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you had best be thanking me and the Fatebinder. We've saved the disfavoured time and time again. What's once more? Listen up. For this to work, my Furies need a moment to get out of cover. Fatebinder, you need to run up the East Bridge. Don't get yourself killed. Just draw their attention. I'll signal my Furies to send a rope across while you have them occupied. There's no time to waste. Let's hope your gang delivers. Antonio turns to you, nodding with a heavy frown. Thank you, Fatebinder, and good hunting.
Let's be off.
And that is how you lead stuff. Oh wait, East Bridge. Right, East Bridge. East Bridge. Am I on fast mode? No. I'm just moving quickly. Save.
I'll stay downwind of our enemies.
There's a lot of stuff to loot here. Broken helmet. Iron greatsword. I'll take it all.
On it. Spotted something.
Broken stuff that we can just sell.
Spotted
fine.
something.
Ah, enemies. What's up here? More dead people. The soldier has numerous wounds on his body. The cold forms of two elderly villagers lay nearby. Two victims.
Have a
who
look
will
here.
ultimately not shield from harm. Ooh, magic bow. Tearsman hunting bow. We'll give that to you. And we'll chuck that in there. And bronze war mace. Again, we'll give that to you. The other stuff we'll put in there. And some more healing potions, which is useful. Most of the homes on the southern side of the river have been abandoned, much like this one. Few of Apex's citizens believe that raising a blue flag will be respected by Kyros' forces. And that, I guess, is the river that was destroyed. Oh, those are the Furies. And there's the destroyed river. The Matani River connects. Currents pose little threat to small boats, let alone bridges like this one. The magic that split this bridge must have been quite powerful. Let's get you over here rather more quickly. Alright, onwards. Right, we need to go and do that. First, can you... Oh wait, you have weapons that I want to check on first. Is this any better than the bow you have? It has extra damage, it has extra range, fires more slowly, but that's fine. Has less accuracy, but it does have armor penetration, so yes, I would say that is better. And the mace? Is that any better than the other weapons you were using? It does do more damage than either of the weapons you are using right now. And apparently it's... Oh, it's two-handed. Never mind. Then you have regenerating. +1 health every 6 seconds. Oh, I know exactly who's getting that. Probably the, you know, the guy at the front who takes a beating. Right, can you disable that? You can. Lovely jubbly. 2 outrunners.
You got it.
Alright, let's get us into position. You can
Let's
take the
be
front.
off.
I'm going to have you archery mode, doing extra damage.
At once.
Right.
Right then. Yeah.
Come at me, great meat.
You can go ahead and knock them down, because I'm pretty sure we can hit both. You can go ahead and blast them. Nice knockdown. We'll target everyone on there. You still haven't cast your spell.
Sorry, I can't.
Pay attention, kids. You might learn something.
Funny.
Admit that from the record.
Disengage. You engage them. You two attack that. You attack him. You may as well use your... Oh, you already have. You can back off.
Will do.